back to Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Special guest tonight, Horatio the cat, and whoever it is he's biting right at the moment.
It's okay, I had treats. That's how we can keep our stars happy, is the treats.
Let's see something.
Yeah, that should work.
That won't work. Alright, so tonight we're going to take a look at a special, very, very special treat, 2010 bottle of Dominus Vobiscum Lupulus. Or is it Lupulus Dominus Vobiscum?
I'm not really sure.
Cool.
It's probably some sort of Latin thing. My Latin, not so great.
Well, this one here is from the Brasserie de Charlevoix in Quebec. Where's it at from in Quebec?
It's like on the north shore of the St. Lawrence. I think the cat was pushing the tripod. It's probably still fine, but the camera might be a little shaky there for a second.
And we're back after technical difficulties.
Catastrophe.
Catatonic. Alright, so we got Dominus Vobiscum Lupulus, 10% ABV, 2010 bottle from the Brasserie de Charlevoix in Quebec, Microbrasserie de Charlevoix. This is, read the English, our Saint Reserve refers to the second receptacle where sacramental bread is stored or reserved. It is also the name of our special series of Dominus Vobiscum vintages. All brewed in limited quantities, disciples of divine beer should be delighted by this communion of otherworldly flavors. Lupulus is a canticle to Humulus Lupulus, our hoppy beer deity. Amarillo, Simcoe, and Saz are the cultivars used to send this ale to heavenly realms. Original gravity is 20 Plato, IBUs are 70. It's 2 years old now, so I may have miled it up a little.
It did recommend drinking it within 2 years,
yeah,
and we are about a month past
over
that.
But you know what? This is classified as a Belgian IPA. So while it's got, it's hopped up like an IPA, it's got a backbone of like a Belgian triple or something would have.
Yeah, or like a Belgian Starling Pale or something like that.
Like some kind of Admiral beer. So, 10% ABV. Let's try and pop it open. Now, I wanted to point out something. This is my BB Barfly. I love this thing. This thing has been absolutely great. The guys at BB Barfly are awesome. But while prepping for this review, I noticed something that I can't open this beer with this opener. What are you doing to me, man? The thing won't work.
We're going to fall back on the cheap, rusty Labatt opener.
A little rusty Labatt opener, and it takes the top off of it. Still love your openers, dude, but maybe you could come out with an XL model or make it with a wider mouth so that we can get this thing off.
Or include them in cases of Labatt.
No.
No.
Then people would have to drink that stuff.
Then you'd have to drink Labatt.
Alright, because it's your beer.
Alright.
Or one of us bought it.
I bought this one.
You bought this one. I have one, sort of. And if Mr. Viking would ever send me that beer mail he's been meaning to send me, he could have his bottle that I've been meaning to send him. So, your Viking's supposed to be getting one at some point, but when that point is.
Well, pouring
love
here.
your show, dude. I'm just joking around with it.
Pouring here, it does smell like there's still some hops in it. I can still smell the hopsy aroma. Put the cork back on here to save some for later.
So what's the deal with this thing? It's a very expensive bottle. This thing was like $15 for just the one bottle of it.
That is true.
But what was the deal with this thing? It was
well, it's a limited run.
It's a limited run, but wasn't this one of the finest beers listed in Canada?
Allegedly, according to Rate Beer, this is the third best beer in Canada. We've already tried the first two,
which are
the
Pêche Mortel, wasn't that?
Which was the Pêche Mortel and the Aphrodisiac.
Right, the two from Dieu du Ciel.
Yep.
Amazing, all the Quebec breweries have got the highest ratings.
They certainly do. The first one on the list outside of Quebec is Ontario. For the Smash Bomb Atomic IPA, which we're looking into but haven't quite got our hands on yet.
Wow. If we could ever find that, who knows, somebody may sign it to us at some point in the future. If anybody wants to.
Nice foamy pillowy
That's
head
really
on this
nice.
one.
That head is sticking around, and it's got a nice, it does look like a, if I'm not, and without smelling it first, it looks like it does look like a triple.
Nice and cloudy, nice and sticky. Got some floaties.
I'm really smelling this kind of like not a vegetable, like a cut grass kind of aroma, or like some kind of plant.
Yep, it's definitely got some vaguely citrus and vaguely piney hops in it. But like fresh cut pine, like if you've trimmed your hedge more than like pine cones.
It's almost like pineapple.
Yeah, it's fruity.
Or green apple, very fruity. But it's kind of a mixture of those Simcoe hops, which are what they like almost a grapefruit.
Yeah, they were very grapefruity.
And what was the Saz, which is like your typical hop that's used in Bohemian Pilsner, which is like a little bit herbal,
a little
grassy. Combined with what was the other hop they said they used?
I think it was something that started with an S again.
Amarillo.
Oh, okay.
I'm not exactly sure what Amarillo is.
Oh well,
that is good. So
this is nice looking, nice smelling.
It's a little bit sweet, but it's almost masked perfectly by the hops.
Yeah, and the hops have really held up, considering this is a 25-month-old bottle.
Oh god, it smells gorgeous.
Yeah, I think that disclaimer may have been more of a disclaimer than an actual real piece of advice.
And it's also got that little yeasty amount of dust in it. Like, you feel it smell that dustiness?
Just a little bit of must or something. Yeah, this is...
Oh,
okay, beautiful. Let's get into this one.
Love the smell. Taste it.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh, that's nice. Hopsy. It's got a little bit of... It's probably not as hop strong as I was expecting. But then again...
25 months old.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of sweetness. It's almost closer to a candy or fruit sweetness than a caramel.
And a little bit of sticking like earthy bitterness, kind of like a...
Yeah.
Along with the herbal.
It's almost got like a slight, almost burnt sugar kind of thing in the back.
Like you get a little bit... what's that down the tip of the tongue?
I don't know.
A little bit like a cinnamon sweetness on the very tip of the tongue.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. There's just
and a little bit of malty sweetness that sticks right in the center. And fading into the back, that's where the hops really start to come
The Belgian yeast, I think, conveyed this with a bit of, the typical Belgian yeast, sort of banana-y, spicy sort of thing.
And that's their little tangy. But it's got this, like, it doesn't, it's not that it masks the alcohol perfectly well. At 10%, it's a big surprise for that to happen. You do taste the alcohol, but it blends so well with the taste and the malt sweetness. And it's just this amazing package.
The alcohol isn't right out front. It isn't offensive. Ooh. It's part of the overall experience more than alcohol.
It's almost like eating a grain, like an apple of some sort.
That's been fermenting under a tree.
It has been fermenting apple cider? No, it's not.
Drunk bears? What?
A little bit of mustiness comes out in the flavor too.
Yep. Nice sticky lacing on it.
Oh, it's so tasty.
Yeah, it's some good stuff.
It's not cloyingly sweet, but some people might be turned off by how sweet the malt is.
It is quite sweet. A fresher bottle probably would be a little more bitter to balance that out, but
it balances quite well still.
Considering how it's held up over the time, it's not. It didn't age badly at all.
It's not bad sweet. I like the taste of it, and it's not bad hoppy. It's perhaps maybe more sweet than hoppy, but that could be just because it's certainly mellowed out. It's for sure.
Definitely.
It's fantastic.
I would suspect it's probably not 70 IBUs anymore. Could still be 50 though, but I don't think it's 70.
Yeah, I'd say something around 40 or 50. Anyway, we're going to sit down with this one for a bit, and we'll come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Dominus Vobiscum Lupulus, Belgian IPA from the Brasserie de Charlevoix. What did you think of this beer?
I think the quality in this work is just amazing. The fact that this is a 25-month-old bottle that
held up really well.
Held up really well. I have no idea under what conditions it was stored in previous to my picking it up in like November.
Now, where'd you get it? You got this in November in, Premier.
I got this at Premier.
Yeah, I remember that because I've never seen it on site.
Yeah, I mean, I think their store isn't terribly brightly lit, and it's a decent temperature, but I think it was just sitting on the shelf for possibly as much as 2 years.
Almost 2 years. I mean,
almost
2010 bottle. But does that actually mean it was brewed in January 2010?
I think the date on it was January 2010.
January, yeah, it does say right there. Are you sure it says January 2011?
No, that was, I think that's like a best before date.
Well, it's certainly still good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's fine.
Still damn tasty. As far as it goes, I mean, you were saying something during the break where you found it a little too candy sweet.
It was just a little too candy sweet for my taste. I mean, this is getting down to the level of preferences more than any sort of flaw in the process.
Well, you're right. Yes, I'm still here. I'll admit, it's got a lot of sweetness to it. It does come off across as maybe being perhaps a little too sweet for some people, and maybe it become a little too much over time. But I didn't find that bothered me too much, and I thought this one was absolutely delicious.
Given the strength of both the flavor and the alcohol, I kind of wish this came in a slightly smaller bottle. And
I'll take the rest.
As much as I enjoy it, I don't want to drink the whole thing right now.
I'll drink the rest. No, got other reviews to get through.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, that's nice. That's really nice, and that's as good as that Garrison mashup that we had.
Yeah.
Maybe I like this one a little better.
I think I preferred the Garrison mashup one just a little bit more because it was a little bit more hop forward and a little lighter on the sweetness. But that's just my taste.
The thing I find is that when you compare this to something like a true Belgian triple like Le Trap, like Tony Chilton's Le Trap, triple, I find that sweetness is part of what that style is.
Yeah.
This is maybe a bit more than what they would usually put in the triple, but this is still really delicious.
Yeah, it's not out of character for the style or something. Again, it's
a matter of personal preference, you know.
It just comes down to what you like, and I mean, I certainly by no means would say anything bad about this. It's just not my favorite thing in the world, and I could totally see how if you enjoy a much sweeter beer, that you would absolutely love the stuffing out of this thing.
Yeah, and I do love the stuffing out of this. This is really delicious. I'd almost pour myself a second glass if it weren't for the fact I know it's 10% and this is our first review of the night.
So, if we get to the end of the night and we're not completely hammered, I think we're going to open this one back up again. But for now, I think we're good.
We're good. We're going to take a break from this one and continue on. But what I've got to say for it is I absolutely loved it. I think I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5 just because I thought it was really delicious and definitely worth trying.
I think I'll give it a 4 1/4.
4 1/4?
Yeah.
Sure? You didn't really like it that much.
I liked it.
You liked it?
But I would not pay $15 for another bottle.
Yeah, that's true. It is very expensive for its price, but if you ignore the price altogether, it's damn worth it. It's damn tasty.
Yeah.
And certainly very good.
I think just for the
got that yeasty dryness in the back. Oh.
To put it in terms of to video game speak, the replay value is such that I can't rate it higher.
It's like you don't want to play it again just because of how expensive it is. You know?
Yeah. I'm going to cancel my World of Vobiscum account.
Anyway, I think that's it for us. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Special guest Heist Almighty. We really enjoyed this one, and